The biggest lessons I've learned in my life are here. Through different topics, I'm going to inspire and motivate you to reach your success and your dreams. I'm so grateful that you're here on Journey to Success. So let's enjoy my next episode together. Hi guys, my name is Fabio from Journey to Success and welcome. Today we're going to talk about this new book, and the name of the book is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. The book is something we already know, honestly, because we did some episode a couple of weeks ago or 1 month ago around, and was in that occasion was just the reading of the summary. Right now, my focus is a little bit different, so I like to study the summary of the books or the books itself, and then I like to share with you the best value, so the best highlights that I catch from any book. So on my way, and in my opinion, it's more interesting. You're not going to be disappointed, especially about this new story, about this new novel. What else? Before to go forward, I'm doing properly kind of a summary. So if you are allergic of spoiler, for example, I'm allergic of spoilers. So if you're allergic of spoilers, and just of course you are free to, to turn off the video, turn off the audio, and to come back another time. There isn't a problem, okay? But if you're here, you're going to learn a lot from it. I promise you. So, first chapter, we talk about Santiago. Who is Santiago? Santiago is a shepherd, and is a shepherd that has to go back to one of the merchants. So he used to work with this merchant, and now after 1 year, he had to go back for work reasons. But the funny thing is that when they first met 1 year before, Santiago I wouldn't say fell in love, but like the daughter of the merchant. So he was just dreaming for 1 year, dreaming about this woman and talking to the ships about this woman, like crazy. But yeah, he was very excited about the idea to see the woman, right? And what happened in this first episode, let's say, he finally meets again the woman, and somehow he's not enthusiastic. He's not like he remember. He's like, okay, and now what? It's not like I remembered. And here we learn the first lesson. And I wrote here, dreaming is what makes life interesting. Dreaming is what makes life interesting. So I'm not saying that the reality is boring. I'm not going to say to you that the reality is not fascinating. But you build your reality, okay? You make your reality. And everything comes from a dream, okay? If you dream very, very low and say yourself, okay, I just want a nice job, not even a nice job, I just want a job, pay the taxes, pay my rent, and that's it. And then for sure you're gonna get that outcome, then you have not to complain that your life is boring or it's not the life of Kim Kardashian or Brad Pitt. Okay, so that's the point. Vice versa, if you dream about something, right, something hardly, and then you work for it, and then you reach the outcome, there is also the other side. It's also possible that you are gonna feel disappointed, Okay, but we're gonna go forward and we're gonna reach the end to talk better about it. So I think this for now it's good incipit. Anyway, going back to the story. So, past 1 year, this year he was dreaming about this woman and he felt disappointed. But in this year, he also realized that he liked to travel. He wanted to travel. So he finally decided to go forward and to travel around cities, villages. And the funny thing is that sometimes Santiago used to have a dream, a proper dream, where a child, used to show him a treasure. And then every time he used to wake up. And then again, he used to have this kind of dream, right? In all his trips. Okay, so he decided to go to a gypsy woman, and this gypsy woman was a woman where she was able to translate the dreams. And this gypsy woman say to Santiago, "Hey, Santiago, listen, this what you are doing is a dream, but we call it soul from the word. We call words from the word. We call it also, I'm gonna tell you now, personal legend. We call it personal legend. So what are personal legends? Personal legends are not only dreams, are all the package. So it's the outcome, is the dream, the achievement, the satisfaction, the happiness, the path, that you did, the journey to success. Now, I don't want to mention the title of my podcast, but that's the point, right? So the name is personal legend. So you are talking with a personal legends. You are talking with your with what you want to achieve, and what you want to achieve is this treasure that this child shows you every time. I tell you something. This can be real. That's what the gypsy woman says. This can be real, but it's up to you. But don't have to pay me now. If you find the treasure, you have to pay 1/10 of the treasure to me. As Santiago says, okay, good deal. Let's do so. So he went out from his from her I don't know how to call it, office. So let's say his office. So he went out from her office and he decided to relax. Maybe he had some intense, intense situation with that woman. And just a small note to Paulo Coelho. Paulo, I'm doing the summary on my way. I'm sure that it's not properly correct what I say, just to show to my community, to share with my community all the important highlights, okay? That's what we want to reach with this episode. So now I can go forward. So I know that I'm doing a little bit on my way. Okay, so maybe in this case we have not to talk about spoilers in case you didn't read the book. But anyway, okay, let's say that Santiago was very tired from this meeting, and then he finally decided to have a rest and take a book. So he takes a book, he reads a book, and then at a certain point there is this person approaches him, and he says, "Hey, I know this book. It's very good book. Can I stay here?" And Santiago says, "Yeah, okay, well, sure." So these two people, they bound together, they talk, they communicate, they conversate, and then Santiago likes to share about the dream. Like, you know what, I used to have this dream. I have this dream. I do this dream where there is this child that where show me a treasure in a certain point. So I went to the gypsy. She said to me what it is, blah blah blah, and then this man. The name of the man is Melchizedek. So Melchizedek says, okay, so I'm going to tell you also who I am. So my name is Melchizedek, I had to write. And I am the king of Salem. I am the king of Salem. And as a king, I would like to reveal something beautiful, something important to you. Okay? Santiago, I guess, say, okay, well, go on. He says, before we go through, if you're enjoying this podcast, please consider taking just 3 seconds to share it with someone else. It is a small gesture that could make a big difference in someone's day. Now, sit back and enjoy the rest of the episode. The word prevent people to achieve their personal legends. Okay. I can translate also in this way. So the word prevent people to achieve their dreams. And I would like to stop here. I would like to take a break. It is true. The word prevent us to reach our dreams. Cause 2 important things. One of them is the fear. Fear of everything. Fear of maybe you are afraid to be in front of the camera. Fear to take the mic. Fear can be also small. Right now, my fear is that I would like to grow on Instagram organically. Maybe it takes some time. I would like to do some ad, but I don't want to run my engagement. All these small or big fears can prevent us to reach our success. So this is the first fear. That's the first point. It's fear. The second point is, this is pretty easy to explain, is the routine. We love the routine. We say that we don't like it, but we love it. I mean, we don't like what we do. I'm sure you don't like to wake up in the morning to take the car and go to your boss, and maybe this boss is gonna scream to you, and you don't like the environment. You don't like that, but you like the routine. You like to be in this comfort zone. Well, it's wrong. If you really want to achieve something in your life, you have to risk. You have to be outside this routine. Okay. So that's what Melchizedek says. Another thing that Melchizedek gave to Santiago were 2 stones. So a black stone. The meaning of the black stone was a yes, and the white stone. The meaning of the white stone is a no. And it's just the stones were just a way to kind of predict the future, to read better the omen. That's the reason why the king gave the stones to Santiago, and it basically helped him to reach better his journey, his success. Okay, guys. And very nice, very beautiful. But of course, then the king claimed something from him that was one part of the ship. And of course, he was happy to give to the king the ships. And he had also to sell the rest of the ships. So he could finally buy the ticket from where he was living right now, that was in Tarifa, to Africa. Africa, where lies the treasure, exactly close to the pyramids. Okay, fascinating, very, very fascinating. So he gives for free the ships. He sell all the ships, like everything. He truly sells everything to have money to buy the ticket. He finally reaches Africa. And by the way, I've been in Morocco Why I mention Morocco now? Because he has to go through the desert, right? And you can go through the desert via Egypt, well, via different countries actually, but it's mostly via Egypt and Morocco, and it's so beautiful. The desert is such a beautiful thing. And we did the camel, but I'm gonna stop it. But it's so fascinating, so I miss a little bit. But anyway, sorry. So Santiago reached Africa, reached the desert. Someone approached him and says, "Hey, you need a camel to go forward. You need to go forward, but you need a camel." And then Santiago says, "Okay, so there is no problem." And then the man asked money in a way to give the camel to him. So he was just pretending to sell the camel, but actually he was a thief. So he ran away with the money of Santiago. Santiago had nothing. So he reached Africa. He was poor at that moment. Fortunately, he saw a crystal shop. And this crystal shop was looking for someone to work for him. And he say all the story about the man, etc., etc. So the boss of the shop decided to give the job to Santiago. I don't know how many months or years worked there, but finally he had the money to buy back the ships. And of course, he asked to the boss if it was okay for him to leave. The boss say, yeah, of course it's okay. And Santiago say, yes, because I want to go back home, honestly. And then the boss say, no, you are not going to go back home. So you are going to leave this place here. That's okay for me. But you have to continue because I hear about your story of dreams and personal legends. I believe it. So you have to go forward. And then Santiago says, okay, you know what? Well, I'm actually like closer to reach the pyramids than go back home. So, okay, let's do so. Okay, so here we have another part of Santiago. And Santiago finally take back the ships. He has a tent as well. So he reached a certain part of the desert. And I think he has also a caravan or something like that. And finally, he reached another man, an Englishman. And was very important match because they communicate, they share their dreams, they share their personal legends. Also, this Englishman was looking for his personal legend, but was very important, let's say, casualty, because this man was reading a book, and in this book talks about the story of the Alchemist. So in the story of Paulo Coelho, the alchemists are real, and the basis of the book inside the book, an alchemist can read the desert and can achieve any personal legend. Now, Santiago was amazed about it. He didn't read the book because, anyway, we have to know that he's a shepherd, so he's always trust his stones to read better the omen. But there was a new hint to go forward with his journey, right? And here we learn another lesson from the book. And the lesson of the book is that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, okay? In your journey to success, in your journey to your dream, probably right now you think you are spiraling, probably right now you think you are lost, but you are where you should be. There are corrections in your path, and that's absolutely normal, but you have to trust the process. You have to go forward. That's the only thing you have to do, okay? And everything happens for a reason, because in this path that you are doing right now, that you are having right now, probably you are learning something, you are doing something, you are doing something that you think it's not important for your success, but it is. Everything we are doing right now, it's important to reach our success as much as you don't give up. You have not to give up. You have to go forward. Okay, you have to be focused. Your brain has always to be there. Has to be your focus has to be clear. Your vision has to be clear. Okay, if your vision is clear, there is nothing that you have to be worried for it. So it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing right now. As much as you are, as much as your brain, your focus, everything is there, is where it should be. So, and okay, so I will say everything happens for a reason. So, Santiago trusts this book, anyway, even if he didn't read so much, maybe not at all, but just a couple of pages. Well, he understood that the alchemists are good to reach his dream, right? So with the Englishman, they reach this tribe where there is where in this tribe there is one of the alchemists that can help them to reach their success. And the alchemist, of course, is a person, as I said, who knows how to reach the desert, so he knew about these two strangers. Okay, but here's the funny thing. In this tribe, in this neutral ground, the chief say to Santiago, listen, Santiago, I'm happy that you reached this point, but you need to stay here because between us, there is a war right now. And I think a war between tribes. Now, we are a neutral ground, so it's okay for us, that's very enough, but you have not to move from here. That's very important. So your caravan must be here. And Santiago says, well, okay, that's okay, very enough. And in this place, he met this new girl, where he fell in love, and the name of the girl is, I think it was Fatima. Yeah, I think it was Fatima. I didn't write. I think it was Fatima. So the name of the girl, let's say, is Fatima. It's Fatima. 90% sure it's Fatima. So I didn't write. Anyway, let's go back. Santiago meets Fatima. And they fell in love. He fell in love like a hell, and he wants to marry, wants children, grandchildren, everything. That's it. Like he forgot about the treasure for a while. And then Fatima, of course, she loved him as well. She loves him as well. And say, listen, I hear about your dreams. I hear about your personal legends. You have to find the treasure. And at the same time, in the same night, or maybe the night after, as I say, it's not that accurate, my story. Yeah? Forgive me, Paulo, forgive me. I'm sure that I'm getting the best highlights in a way that people understand how to reach their success. That's the point. But anyway, okay, let's say same night, Paulo had this dream. And in this dream, it was kind of omen, where he dreamed where there were intruders inside the tribe, right? So he went to the chief. He said to the chief, listen, I had a dream. In this dream, I saw intruders were here, and the war is coming also here. But also something that you have to know, to the chief, I have to leave because I have to reach my personal legend. So I'm sure the chief at that moment say, convenient. Very convenient that you tell me this and now you leave. No, well, what he says something smart. He say, okay, for me, you can leave. There is no problem. But if we have, we're going to be prepared for the war. We're going to trust you. So if there is a war, as you mentioned, so very enough, for 10 people we fight or we kill, you're going to have a golden piece. You're going to have money. basically. But if no war comes here, since it's a neutral ground, then we're gonna kill you. And then Santiago say, well, okay. I hope it was a omen then, not a dream. So nothing. Of course, the war came, and he was willing to go away as well, because he like this he won this kind of bet, right? But before to leave, the alchemist stopped him, and it was kind of at the start was very. The alchemist was very like doubtful, like, hey, how did you know that? So the alchemist took his sword and say, hey, but tell me the truth. How did you know that? How did you know? Yes, we defeat the people thanks to you, but how did you know? I don't understand. So who are you? And then Santiago said just the truth. Listen, I have just 2 stones. So with these stones, I predict the future, barely. And that would be me. And I sometimes make weird dreams, So that's it. And the alchemist believed it in the story. And also the chief was grateful to Santiago. He wanted to give money to Santiago. He wanted to make him a consular, but of course he refused. And with the alchemist, they just went away from the tribe to reach, the destination. And once they are kind of close to their destination, there is another tribe. And this tribe take them, because evidently they were in their ground. But the alchemist says, hey, we have a lot of money. He has a lot of money. Santiago has a lot of money. So you can take everything if you like it. But just this man is a wizard, is a powerful wizard. So if you make something bad to us, it's not good omen. The tribe was a little bit doubtful. And the chief say, okay, you know what? We can do it this way. You, wizard, you have 3 days to prove us that you can make magic. But if in these 3 days you don't prove anything to us, then we're going to kill you. So here the part is a little bit magic, because Santiago prayed to the desert, prayed to the sun, and at the end he become wind, and he appears to the other side of the tribe, and the tribe believe in the story, and they gave to Santiago the destination where they should be. I have a personal opinion about this. It's not in the book, but this magic thing, right? That Paulo mentioned, like from nowhere, and maybe I'm wrong, but can be related to the law of attraction. Okay, because he prayed to the sun, he prayed to the desert, and he makes true that that could become something magical to appear to the other side to continue his journey. So, as we know, law of attraction, it's something magical. Of course, you have to work for it. You have to understand the signals, right? But also in this case, he first went to the desert, then the desert didn't work, then he went to the sun, then the sun suggests something. So like, it can be close to the law of attraction concept. But I don't want to go so much forward in this case. Maybe it's not the case. It's just my opinion, right? It can be true or not. Anyway, also in this case, they finally leave. And and there is close the pyramid, there is this dangerous land, and this land they were close to die. Also, Santiago hears story about 2 people who died in this land, but they finally got it also. And finally they were close to their destination, like they were there. Santiago was tired. And the truth is that even if I didn't mention so much, but when he left the tribe, he used to think a lot about Fatima. He just realized that he loved Fatima. The real treasure for him was Fatima, and he wanted to go back. He was satisfied. He was truly satisfied about the journey. And he realized that all this correction was, were bringing to the real treasure that was Fatima. But the alchemists say, listen, like, we did everything, like, how dare you? We're here, there is a beetle, the beetle that the I don't know, the gypsy woman say to you that it would be the treasure is here, you have just to dig, man, how dare you? So I think it happens something like that, in my imagination, of course. And anyway, the alchemists say, let's dig it. Here, this should be the treasure. Why you have to go back now? Reasonable, right? Okay, so they start to dig. And another man sees these people or Santiago digging, and then he beat him heartily, and he's still demoniac again. And then Santiago says, listen, I'm just digging because I'm sure that here there is my personal legend. And then this man says to him, well, I also dreamt once ago about my personal legend. It's in Spain, in this place, but of course I didn't do it. It's something for fool. You are fool as well. And Santiago was amazed because, this man said to Santiago where was his treasure. And here, guys, ends the book. Ends the book. Okay. Someone can be disappointed about it, but you have not to be. That's the point. So the point is not the fact that Santiago finds the treasure, yes or not. Because since you can be disappointed or you can be happy. You can be satisfied about the outcome, or you can be like, I reach it. You can be so many things. That's not the point. The point is the journey. Santiago gained so many skills, so much knowledge, and he also realized what was the real treasure for him, that was Fatima, was to go back. So from now on, everything is an extra. He's going to find the treasure, yes or not, is an extra. He reached, anyway, the goal. He reached the destination, right? He did it. He reached it. He was happy with his journey. Yes, he found a true love, a true treasure. And he gained a lot of skills meanwhile. He learned how to be persistent during the way. It's something that you have to learn. Guys, this guy has been kicked out like so many times, poor guy. And all the people stealth from him, But he went forward and he reached his destination. So what we learn also from this part, we learn that it's important to reach your goal, but once you reach your goal, you have also to understand that any emotion that you can have can make you happy, can satisfy you, or can disappoint you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you have to enjoy the journey. You have to enjoy the journey. And that's the mistake, the real mistake that all of us, I include also myself sometimes, all of us do. It's we are too much focused on the outcome. It's great to be focused on the final destination. Don't make me wrong. It's great. You should do. You should be focused on the final destination. But you have not to be obsessed on that, on that goal. You can be obsessed of the journey in a healthy way. Okay? And that's what the book teaches us. It's a very beautiful book. I love that. And what else? Yeah. So what teaches also this book? It teaches the concept of fear. The fear is something that we have to master. Okay? I'm not saying that you have to completely defeat. There is maybe a point where you can do, okay? But for sure at the start you have to master the fear in a way to reach certain success. The dreams. You have to dream, guys. If you dream, then the dream, you can make the dream a reality. And then a dream and reality are just such two beautiful things in your life, in your world, in your environment. But you have to dream first. Otherwise you have just fear and routine that brings you to be a sheep. Third point. Don't be a sheep. The sheep in this book is just a symbolic thing. The sheep doesn't have direction. The sheep doesn't have dreams. The sheep, it doesn't have a choice. Sheep can do only two things: follow other sheep, or follow the shepherd. That's it. So don't be a sheep, guys. Don't be a sheep. And this. I'm sure you enjoyed. Well, I enjoyed a lot, honestly. So if I enjoy, it means I'm sure there are other people here around me that can enjoy as well. Okay? There's another lesson. It's not part of the book, but I don't know. Extra pill. How to recognize if you are in a right path. You have to look at yourself and you have to make this question: am I enjoying? I'm doing a video. Let's say you're doing a video, right? So I'm doing a video. Do I like listen myself? Let's say you're doing a podcast. Do I like hear myself? So if your answer is no, that's okay, no problem. It means there are corrections to do and you have to work for it. If your answer is yes, it's great. It means there are other people like you. That's your target. Okay? So guys, thank you so much for being here on Journey to Success, and see you in the next episode. Cheers. Here we are. Congratulations. You just finished my entire episode. So, the only thing I ask is to take a moment to give Journey to Success a rating. By the way, thank you so much for being here on Journey to Success. I'm very grateful. Thank you, and see you next time.